quite impressive with all the different options, and for an early kit, it's really quite sophisticated. Hello, this is BJ from Hearns Hobbies, and I'm going to be looking at this particular kit of the Ingram from the Patlabor series. Actually, I've been saying Patlabor for a very long time, but after doing a little bit of research, it's actually meant to be pronounced Patlabor, because in Japanese, the, where's it written here? So, it's a bit hard to see, but the Japanese quite often shorten names, particularly in foreign names, and they'll join them together. One classic example is Family Computer, which became Famicom, which you're probably more familiar with. So this is all set in the future. It's not the too distant future, and it's in a universe where labors, which is what they call machinery and robots, are roaming around which help mankind. And the police ones, which they've made, are patrol labors, which means, to shorten it, it's Patlabor. So that's where you get that particular name from. It's quite an old series. I think it started in the 80s, and there have been quite a few movies since then and a few series as well. But the Ingram is a very classical shape, and Bandai have made these kits for quite a while, but they haven't been around. So this is a re-release of them. This particular one is 1:60 scale, and there are some in 1:35 as well. But let's have a look at this one to start with, and I'll show you some of the great features that are in the kit. So let's have a look at it right here. So there's really nice box art. You get all these different angles. This particularly helps with painting. If you do paint it up, you get all the different shadow tones and such, and then you get more angles on the side of the box. And then there's pictures of a different version there as well. All right, so let me put it over here, and we'll start looking at the various parts inside. All right, so here's one bag. All right, I guess the most obvious would be this first bit here. So there's a selection of stickers. Now I say stickers as opposed to decals because these are not water slide, they're self-adhesive. They've been pre-cut, so you just peel them up and you stick them directly onto your model. Now that's in aid of beginners or those who just want to build up quickly. They are printed in a matte finish though, which is very nice. Stickers are traditionally very glossy and they won't look quite right with this military style mech. So there you go, set of stickers. Has some clear parts here as well. Might be a bit hard to see. Let's see, a deep green clear part. These are for the visors. Also there's 3 different types, so I think there's the different versions you can build out of this. Got a selection of black parts with, actually I might just do this, this will probably be better. How's that? Easier to see. All right, some black parts with some of the joints. We've got a police baton here. And then there's a pump action shotgun, revolver, and maybe some chest components. Okay, so that's that. Let's go and have a look at this green parts again. So you can see the clear there now. Different visors there, 3 different versions. Okay, and then over here we've got these white components. All right, so you've got different helmets here. So they're the outer helmet, 2 different shapes, and then inner helmets there as well. So quite versatile. And then you've got different types of hands. They're the fists. So you can have them, these are all gripping. So they could be either gripping the weaponry or the baton. And I think there's more hands which are open as well on another sprue. You've got the side antennas. And then these parts are probably armor components for the arms or legs. Okay, so got that. All right, we have a bag here. Some more white parts. Whoops. Let's do this. Okay, so first thing you can see here are these grey components here. So these are the polycaps. You see how flexible they are? So these will be vinyl, and therefore assisting with all the joints. So the soft vinyl gives resistance so it can hold its place, but it also has joints there so you can actually rotate and repose. So 2 sheets of polycaps. And then have our white components. All right, so you also get a little patrol car and figurines, which is a nice touch. Over here, there's the hand with another revolver. So I guess that earlier revolver, which is separate, could be mounted, stowed away within the chassis. It looks like there's another head here as well. So a lot of options indeed. Opened up hands. There's the front of the patrol car, the wheels of the patrol car. And then this side, you can see there's a chest. And then you've got leg parts, the feet. And probably around the joints of the elbows or the knees as well. Okay. Let's just move that out of the way. And then we have this part here. So again, another option. Well, there's so many options actually. Okay, so we've got the green parts here. These are the padded armored parts. So this is to replicate as the artwork shows on the front cover. So you can see here we've got this was the clean type chest components on the back. And this is the upholstered versions or the armed versions. A nice little touch. I actually prefer this look. Okay, and then from there, there's another set of internal heads. Okay, so that's number 2. I'm guessing that's number 1, so different versions of different Patlabors. And then we've got a section of clear red. And these would have been the patrol lights, a bit like the patrol lights on top of a American patrol car. These would have been mounted on the shoulders. Okay, so those bits. Now these are a few special bits. All right, so these are the rubberized joint components. You can see how they're very soft. Just need to trim off the edges. They're marked where they need to be trimmed. And then your joints would actually, the whole arm or the leg would be pushed through them. So you don't actually see any of the mechanical sort of joining bits. It gives that very fabric look. And then when you repose it, this will all bend with the parts. Let's see how soft that is. And then you've got these ones. And these are the dark green ones, which would match the upholstered sections. So quite amazing how many options you do get within this particular kit. All right, so from there, we've got the manual. Okay, so the manual is quite simple. This is a fold-out type. And it ends up being a poster. Okay, so that's really nice. So after you finish building this, you can frame that or stick it on the wall. Nice artwork. Okay, so the instruction manual itself is on the back. Now on the bottom here, this is the legend of all the parts. So you know what number is which and what the basic shape is when you're looking for the individual part itself. Now we'll start across the top. Okay, so part 1 is getting these rubber parts and trimming them. So you see the shaded parts, that's the area that you trim. So you trim there's a little on the end, and then you start assembling the joints. Okay, so this looks like the hip joints going together. Here's a section of that rubber right there. And this is where you see the hip actually going into the rubberized section. So that's like the pants. You see the lower legs going on there. Feet are getting constructed and put together. And then you start working on the hip right there. This point you've got all the different heads. So you've got all your choices there. And then assembly of the chest section, weaponry. And you can see where the revolver is stowed away inside the side of the foot. It's a very Robocop style, I guess. And then here is the construction of the arms and then the shield. So that's basically one type finished, okay? And then you start off with the other instructions for doing the secondary type. So this particular one is, so first one is the one which had all the upholstery and I guess it's like a flak jacket look. Second one is the clean version. Okay, so same sort of thing. You've got the different soft bits though, because they had different shape. So again, you trim them and then you start making the joints. You actually go into building the arms first. You got the arms here with the patrol lights on the shoulders. And then you do the legs. The leg joint itself's got another rubbery part which goes over. And then that's all finished up. And then you start doing the chest. So the chest goes together slightly differently because of the different parts. choices of heads, and then you've got your final assembly of the arms with the revolver, and then that's your clean version right there. Now, as you get further down, this is the construction of the patrol car. Very simple, it's just wheels, front and back, bumpers, and then you've got a little patrol light and antenna on the back. And here we have the placement of the stickers. So you've got version 1, version 2, and it's quite straightforward. So that's pretty much it. So this is the Ingram Special from the Patlabor series. So that is a Bandai kit, and that's the 1/60th scale one. Quite impressive with all the different options, and for an early kit, it's really quite sophisticated. It's got the soft vinyl parts for concealing the joints, and also all those option parts for doing all the different poses as well. So that's quite good. So thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that open box review. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the bottom in the comments. So thank you.